friends, and welcome back to 155 Books. My name is Shannon, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my May TBR. So this is kind of like a May / Taurus vibes TBR. I was really excited when I thought about the books that I wanted to specifically read in May. So I love the month of May, mainly because it's my birthday month. I love being a Taurus, so I got really excited when I was compiling the books I wanted to read in the month of May, this year especially, because I kind of came up with a theme, which was books I know I'm going to love, but more specifically, books written by authors I love. So there's only 3 books on this TBR. I may read more than these 3 books, but these were the 3 that I definitely wanted to focus on, and you will see why. So the first book I really want to read is All's Well That Ends Well by William Shakespeare. As you guys know, I adore William Shakespeare, and I was trying to make my way through the Shakespeare plays chronologically, but I got a bit stuck. But I have since then still been reading a couple of the ones I haven't read yet, so I'm still making my way through. This is the very last one I have on my TBR that's in this penguin format, because I decided after I'd bought this one a really long time ago, whenever I was in a bookshop I would buy one for my collection. However, I now have a very lovely set of the Shakespeare folio that my mum got me for Christmas, which I absolutely love. So I want to read this one before I start reading the rest of them in my lovely folio books. And like I say, this is the last one that's on my TBR. I don't actually know much about this one. I do know that it's a comedy, but I've just had a quick look at the back and it says it's among Shakespeare's darkest romantic comedies, whatever that means. But I do love a dark romantic comedy, so I know I'm definitely going to enjoy this one. It's a Shakespeare play, of course I'm going to enjoy it. And I just love Shakespeare in the month of my birthday month, because last year we went to go and see Romeo and Juliet at the Globe, which was great, and since then I just kind of feel like every May I need a little bit of Shakespeare, and that's going to happen this time. The next book on my list is one that's been on my TBR for an embarrassingly long time, basically since it came out, because I've got the paperback and the hardback, because of course I pre-ordered this, and that is Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. So I pre-ordered it thinking I was going to read it straight away. I did have plans to read it straight away, and then obviously I don't know what happened, but it's been on my TBR ever since then. I don't like reading hardbacks, and I knew with most of my Sally Rooney books I like having a hardback and a paperback. So when the paperback came out, I bought this too, thinking again that would motivate me to read it. It has not. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm wary of this one. So I gave this one to my mum to read and she didn't enjoy it, but she's not the biggest Sally Rooney fan anyway. She thinks sometimes a lot of the time it's just waffle. But I think it's because this one follows the point of view of 2 brothers, and with a lot of her other books it's been male and a female, or 2 females rather than 2 males, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, and also I think I'm a bit worried because I don't think this is going to make me particularly happy. Like, Sally Rooney books destroy my soul, and as much as I love reading her books and I really enjoy them, I want to feel happy. So yes, I'm trepidatious going into this one, but I definitely want to read it in the month of May and finally, have my own opinion on this book, because obviously I know other people's opinion, but until I read it, I'm not going to know my own. But the third and final book that I want to read in May is the one I'm most excited about, and I have actually read the first 100 pages of this, but I ended up putting it down for some reason. Weirdly, I think it was after going to the author event for this book, which was life-changing. But I'm talking about Hot Wax by M.L. Rio. Meeting her was an absolute fever dream. I was in the queue to get my book signed, and the person I was speaking to in front of me, I was like right at the back of the queue, and the person in front of me was saying about how the last time he had met her at an author event, he felt really confident and had all these questions to ask her, and then he spoke to her and just couldn't get any words out. And I was like, you know what, I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to be okay. And then I stood in front of this woman, gave her my books, and just, I was just there like, I did manage to tell her that I absolutely adored If We Were Villains, that I love her writing, and that I really enjoyed listening to her talk about her writing process, because that was very interesting. So I did get some words out, but then when I was trying to talk about my reading of the first 100 pages of Hot Wax, I just was waffling and babbling, and she was looking at me and the people around me were looking at me, and I was like, just sign my books and let me run away now. But regardless of that, meeting her was amazing. And she's just so intelligent, and I love her, and like I say, I love her writing process, and I'm so glad that it's not one of those cases where I just love If We Were Villains. I literally love everything that she writes. And I was really enjoying the first 100 pages of this, but I knew I needed time to just sit and devour the book, because I was reading it and she does this really clever thing where you think you're just reading a book and a story about the main character and her past, but ML Rio manages to weave in these very small details that make you sort of like sit there and go, what? Like, what's just happened? Or it gets to an end of a chapter and you turn the page and you're like, did I read that correctly? And you go back and read it again because it just came out of nowhere. So I think I know possibly where this is going or what she is doing with this. And I think if it is, then very, very clever. But like I say, I know at a certain point I'm probably going to just want to sit and devour it. So I have got a week off for my birthday in May, and I plan to, like I say, devour and read this, because I have been told as well, once you get to a certain point you can't stop reading. I do also want to annotate it, but I would love to have a paperback copy to do that, but I don't think the paperback is out yet. So, and if you're wondering where the book is, I have actually given it to my mum to read, but she had the same thing where she got to the first 100 pages and then stopped for some reason. So I'm going to take it back off her so I can read it and then convince her to finish it off, because I know I'm going to love this, and I know I'm going to love it so much. So those are the 3 main books I plan to read in May, Taurus season, and I'm super excited about that because I feel like I'm going to have a really great reading month. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done a sort of like a specific birthday TBR and like how you did that, just so that maybe I have some ideas for the future, because I think I'm going to maybe do something like this again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!